Okay, let's try to set up our gradient game. And so we have a new layer. And what we are going to do is we are going to put on the canvas a few colors and we are trying to mix them together. Now, this is important because sometimes, after you paint the starting shapes of your objects, then you need to paint some values. And of course, you have to paint some shadows and light, and sometimes you have things that should be mixed together. It doesn't matter if we're talking about just like grayscale colors, grayscale values, or just like or like colors like red, green, blue, etc. Anyway, here we have a few techniques to do so. So let's say that on one side here we have like a black value, right? And on the other side, we have something completely white. And we want to mix these two things together and make a nice gradient in between. Of course, you can, go and pick other colors, but, you know, it's maybe easy to do that with black and white because you know that in the middle you have medium gray. But what else, what if you have like a red and green, or like very like random values? What to do? My way to do so is to turn on opacity on pressure, and then while you have the brush selected, you can press the Alt button on the keyboard, and then you get the picker. The picker is, the eyedrop, like how can you? What's the name that we the eyedropper tool? Okay, I call it the picker. You can just pick one value, right, and then just starting to paint, but maybe with not like full strength. So you have like something like more transparent than what you expect, and then you do the same with the other side, and then you see in the middle you have like a blend of the two, and that's the exact moment where you need to pick the color in the middle and start painting a little bit, back and forth on the sides. And as you can see, it's like really easy, and we get immediately something a lot better. And then you keep doing it in between the two colors. So now we have a new gray, which is a little bit darker than the one in the middle, and a little bit brighter than the one in the middle, and darker of like white. So you would take this one and maybe we can do a little bit more, and so on. It's like updating, painting on an area with the color which is already there. Okay, but because of the brush shape, and we have like this kind of very soft brush, a little bit of the color will mix on the left and on the right. And if you feel like that you don't have enough control on this, okay, you can start all over, but maybe you can go down with the opacity. Okay, and this will make everything a lot easier the first time, you see. And you keep doing this multiple times, okay, until you get something that you think is okay. See? And maybe if you feel like that you painted like too with a value too bright, you can go back on a darker value and paint back. And if you do this, sooner or later it will be a lot better. How can you check if you did a good job? Now, just in terms of exercise, you can take a rectangle, marquee tool. You select this, and then you mask the layer, and you can tell immediately if you have done a good job or not. Okay, and this is one way. This is like a way that I feel like I really like, because otherwise what you need to do is to go for the first color here, like I don't know, black. Let's reset. Okay, we have black, we have white here, and then what you can do is you start painting with these two colors, going down with the opacity, so going down with the pressure. But you see, it's not easy. Is if you paint just with two colors, is not going to work well. And the second thing is, you can't control the length of this gradient. I mean, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes, I don't know, you have like, you know, you have an object and you want to paint some shadows. You can just like, go in here and paint some darker areas, and then you go here and you paint some brighter areas. And but then in the middle, you need to, you see, blend everything together. So remember to press Alt and click in the center, click in between two colors to take a new color and keep painting. That's a good trip. That's a good tip. So the next exercise you can do is actually the same thing, but with values, sorry, with colors. Okay, so we can like take, for example, here some purple. Okay, and then we can take, I don't know, like something like completely different, like yellow. Okay, and then you do the same. Maybe you go down with your opacity again. You start with the purple, and then you do a little bit like this, and then you with the yellow, and then you a little bit like this, and then you see you get a color in the middle, and you start painting with that color, and then again, until you get, see, a nice gradient. And if you want to go even slower and with a more accurate result, for a more accurate result, you go down with the opacity, and that's it. Or even you can go down with the flow if you want to be even more accurate. So let's say, I don't know, we have this circle, and we fill with a purple color, right? Then I mask this just to paint inside the circle, and then we get a second value, again yellow. So we paint here, see, with a yellow color. See? And if you feel like you have some, like, see, visible lines, you can pick that color there and keep painting. See, you have a visible like line there, and you keep painting, and I pick and I paint again. And this is a lot easier than just painting with a simple with a single color, I would say. It's a lot easier. See? Even if you never pick a brush, in your hand, with this simple trick, you can do really nice gradients. It doesn't matter what color you have, really. It doesn't matter. You can keep it, doing this. Let's say we have, I don't know, I'm just pretending we have like a blue light here on the side, you see, and we can keep doing it with picking like color in the middle. See? Oh, this is beautiful. See? And this is really cool. And in the same way, you can paint some shadows, or I don't know, like let's say that we want some really dark purple shadows down here. We have like this, and then we can like paint something in the middle. See? And in the same way, we have, I don't know, maybe we can go smaller with, brush. We have some really bright specular here on the top, and we can take, the values in the middle, see, and we can keep painting. I mean, nobody stops you to go back on your track if you feel like that you paint too much with a color. But remember, you can always take the color next to that and paint over if you feel like you exaggerated, okay? And this is really like the best thing you can do in the shortest amount of time possible.